What's up, everybody? I'm Wildman Wes, and as you can see, we are in a different perspective. We're no longer at Dragonfire Entertainment HQ today. We're actually at Jefe Weizen's house, and with him, we also have BS Justin. By the way, what does BS actually? What does it stand for?
Beefstick.
Beefstick. Well, this is gonna be a new segment. It's called "What's Your Poison?" There's a lot of beers out there that we all like to drink, and some of that people really haven't drank before. So we're just gonna look at a couple that are newer and local, and even some far out. So Jefe here is actually kind of the expert. So is Justin. So they're gonna introduce me on some stuff. So take it away. Which one should we start off with first? Let's talk about some of the beers we got.
All three options that we have here today are all from the Chicagoland area, if not Chicago itself. We have Revolution Rosa, which has become a summer staple over the last half a decade, and people always look forward to that beer every single year. I always see it do pretty well. I mean, it's a nice, light, refreshing beer, and we'll get more into that when we start tasting it. This one is new to me, but we couldn't not buy it.
I saw it, and I just...
Hailstorm Brewing out of Tinley Park. This is called My Bock, and the title of the beer is Rock Out with My Bock Out.
I had to buy it because of the Iron Maiden font on this. This is just too
Absolutely.
cool. It's too cool.
Marz Brewing has had a very illustrious history. They have been doing some really crazy stuff. They've always done a little bit more crazy than the usual breweries out in Chicago, but these guys did as you can see, like with the Kool-Aid Man face on here, this is a fruit punch, and it's definitely going to be a beer that doesn't taste like beer, which has been a huge fad out in the beer world recently. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of start off with one and kind of go into it.
All right. Well, I think you're the expert, so both of you can decide which ones. Because eventually, we're gonna have a couple rounds. This is round one. We're gonna have a couple different rounds with some of the other stuff, and you can see how loose we get later on in the night and some of the jokes we make. Hopefully, we don't offend too many people. So
absolutely. Now let's get these glasses filled. All right, there we are. So the first one we're gonna start with is from Marz Brewing. And they're calling it Fruit Punch Smoothie. It's a fruited ale with cherries, pineapples, peaches, tangerines, and lactose, which does not mean they pour milk in the beer. It's just a special, it's lactose, like the chemical compound itself. So this is at 9%, and this bottle itself is 1 pint, 9 fluid ounces. Again, we're going for super, super fruity, just overall body. So we're gonna see kind of how that goes. So we'll leave the bottle right here. Gentlemen.
Jeez. Oh yeah.
A lot of fruit in there.
Yeah.
Then it kind of disappears. Like it started off really fruity.
Fruit bomb on your tongue right away.
Yeah.
It fizzles out.
It fizzles out, and it kind of does go more of like a wheat beer base. Interesting. I know something was interesting when this got poured. I noticed the 3 different kind of glasses that we're using. It was lightest in his Weizen style glass. Mine is just like a straight pint. And then with the snifter, it was cloudier and darker. So I found that very interesting. How even the glassware always has an impact on the way the beer is presented. So I thought it was cool, even in the smaller ounces.
How ironic it says slipping into darkness on this.
Slipping into darkness.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good stuff. Oh wow.
You can definitely get the hint of like orange, like in the aroma.
Mm-hmm.
When it right when you bring it up, you can actually get that aroma of orange right away, and then
I would say, especially for 9%, this is extremely dangerous because this drinks like a light beer, and it's super sweet there at the top, and then it kind of does fizz out. The aftertaste definitely tastes like fruit punch, though. That for 9%, you wouldn't guess it. Like if you were just serving this to your friends, like full pint of it, yeah, I could definitely go 2 and you're good.
Yeah.
Would not classify as what people are looking for these days as a patio pounder. I really hate that term.
Yeah.
A patio. Oh yeah, man, you just take one out of the patio and just get it pounded. Like,
good luck, Chuck.
it's like, yeah, well, with the movements going on, I don't think you can just rightfully pound anything.
Yeah. Time for another good idea, bad idea.
All right, there's a little bit left in this bottle. Does anyone want to? Yeah, a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yep, and while we're finishing up the rest of this, we're going to move on to our next beer.
The next beer we're going to be going for is going to be a Chicago Classic Revolution Rosa.
Oh yeah.
This one is going to be more floral on the palate. It's going to drink very refreshing. You're not going to have a lot of fruit. You're not going to have a lot of sweetness, but you are going to have a very refreshing light beer with a bit of like that herbal kind of. I don't want to say tea to turn people off, but definitely an herbal floral palate to it. Unlike where you can kind of see in hops where they give you a herbal floral palette where it's very dry and gives you a lot of very like earthy tones, this one is going to be definitely on the like the lighter side. It's going to just roll right off the tongue. So I've had this a bunch of times, but I like sharing it with it.
Yeah, when Jefe told me about it, I was interested because I've been used to anti-hero and whatnot. So this one, just because I've had like different type of like, non-alcoholic drinks with hibiscus in it, so I'd like to see what this has to
Absolutely.
offer.
And Revolution themselves have been doing a heck of a lot more cool stuff. Their sour series has been really, really popular. Freedom of speech, freedom of the press, all of these really great sours. This is before they started that whole thing, so this was kind of them experimenting outside of the IPAs and the stouts and the barley wines, which they're all very well known for. Cool.
All right,
So let's fill these glasses. All right. So here's Revolution Rosa.
Alright.
Yeah, you're getting like no hop flavor in this whatsoever. It's definitely getting a lot of this like light herbal, but the body itself is so light it kind of almost drinks like water. Like I said, like a refreshing summer beer. Actually, what you see this happen a lot nowadays is Revolution came out with a bunch of different cocktails to use Rosa in, like different mules and different Cosmos. And I've seen all these different fun drinks that they've kind of added Rosa into to make a light, refreshing drink. Beer cocktails are a lot of fun.
Super crisp. Super crisp and refreshing. A great summertime beer.
Yeah, I would say if you did a blind taste test of this and some other light beers, you probably would not guess that it was like that it was Rosa specifically, just because it's so light and subtle. But you would definitely notice that it doesn't have as much of a bite as like a lot of other light beers or pilsners.
Yeah, I mean, especially with that, like that floral, note to it. It's
Very
definitely-
soft.
Oh, yeah.
Very smooth.
Almost has the texture of like wine, almost.
Oh, bet.
Very much. I mean, but like the texture, but
Like a rosé wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a rosé wine
Exactly.
for sure. Rosa. Rosa.
all right.
Cool.
That was good. Very good.
Absolutely. Now we're going to go into round 3. All right, this next one comes from Hailstorm Brewing, that is out of Tinley Park. You just visited there recently, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
What'd you have there?
I had barrel-aged vanilla Vlad.
The whole Vlad series is really, really popular, and it's kind of how they got on the map, if you ask me. A lot of different beers have come out of Hailstorm since then, but definitely the Vlad series and all the different variations.
Because earlier we saw the Vlad II, right?
Yeah,
the
cherry vanilla.
Also
Yeah.
really popular is their beers named after like Clouds, Cumulus, Stratus. Very, very popular.
Yeah, basically they've only gotten more popular over time. So this one is a new one that I have not seen, and we'll get you guys a good look at what the can looks like. But it is a dude in his chair with a beer, with his Bock out.
The play on words, the pun is just
Absolutely.
great. And plus, the guy on the can, he reminds me of like Nathan Explosion from Metalocalypse.
A little bit. Just a
This
little
would
bit of
be a
Nicky
beer
Six
that
haircut.
Nathan would drink. I honestly think that.
Yeah, I think you might drink it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have 100 beers.
Exactly. It's brutal. Brutal.
All right, you know we get really, really excited about really bad ideas when we drink, and it's your job to talk us out of it. Oh, that's brutal.
Cool. All right, so we're gonna fill up these glasses.
Yep.
All right. So here we go. Rock out with my Bock out. Very
Ooh.
strong malt.
Oof.
Like a little peaty.
Yeah.
It drinks
I didn't
like
think that with the color I was seeing.
Oh,
but
super, super strong malt. So I was actually going to read some of the stuff that I see from the can here. It got silver in 2017 for the Bock category at the Great American Beer Festival. And at the 2015 silver as well. So this beer has been around for a while. So when I say new to me.
Yeah, that's me too. I mean,
They're really, like, Justin and I in particular, we're around the new beer a lot. So if something happened a couple years ago, it might still be new to us if it just didn't catch
The
our...
strength and the texture of this, I'm gonna sound like a complete, I don't know, like beer rat when I say this. I've had Steel Reserve before when I've on my last bottom dollar. It reminds me of it, only better. This is like the upgrade. I mean, and plus when you look at the, you look at the logo.
Really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I could drink. Okay, so that's the other thing is that this is definitely drinking as a light beer. It's come out at a perfect time for summer. Bocks don't technically really go into the light beer category.
No.
Some Bocks do. This one being one of them. But a lot of them, even like No Shiner Bock is a little more amber in color, or you hear about Doppelbocks or stuff like that. A little heavier, a little maltier, a little darker. This is definitely like a straight Bock, like a German style Bock.
Yeah.
I was reading the different ingredients in here. It's got Pilsner, Vienna, and Munich malts, and with German Northern Brewer hops. This malty rich Bock is rich and smooth with toasty and bready malt flavors, and crisp finish, just enough hops.
I can taste it.
Honestly,
The afternote is that toasty.
well, and it says that it's got this hop malt balance, but honestly, I'm not. The only hops I'm really getting are kind of just. It's like at the aftertaste on the tip of the tongue, I'm getting a little bit of bitterness, but honestly, that malt is super powerful as soon as that hits the back of your tongue.
Yeah, I mean, because like you said, it's a very light. It's light when you first start sipping it, but that heaviness, it's when you actually, that aftertaste. That's when you start to feel it a little bit more. And
Better than I was expecting.
yeah, I was a little,
I don't know.
I was a little leery,
Very good.
What do you think? Is that big enough for you?
Yeah.
I mean, you think it's kind of, it's a chub, but I mean, at the same time, 16 ounce.
16 ounce, and it's over 7. So isn't that the average? Over 7, so I think we're good.
Yay, we're adequate.
I know, right?
I thought average was 5.5.
We don't know how to measure it, to be honest. I mean,
Sorry there, Randy Marsh.
You ready?
Oh boy. For all those young kids in the audience, cover your eyes.
Cover your eyes, but not your ears. Ooh.
Directed by Robert White.
Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good! And some! Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good! Let's go drink some beer!